to me are sweet as roses in the morning. You to me are soft as summer rain at dawn, and love we share, that's something rare. The sidewalks in the street, the concrete and the clay beneath my feet begins to crumble, but love will never die, because we'll see the mountains tumble before we say goodbye.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining me, Ed Rambeau, in my little corner of the world for the very first in a three-part series of the same name, which will be Groups to Remember. Every song I sing tonight was made famous by a group that should never be forgotten, especially the one I've selected to open tonight's show. They started out as an English rock band formed in Liverpool in 1960 that comprised John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. They are regarded as the most influential band of all time and were integral in the development of 1960s counterculture and popular music's recognition as art form. Their sound incorporated elements of classical music and traditional pop in innovative ways. The band also explored music styles ranging from folk and Indian music to psychedelic and hard rock. As pioneers in recording, songwriting, and artistic presentation, the Beatles revolutionized many aspects of the music industry and were often publicized as leaders of the era's youth and socio-cultural movements. That being said, please enjoy my version of one of this amazing group's most recorded songs, Can't Buy Me Love.
I'll buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. I'll get you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy me love. I'll give you all I've got to give if you say you love me too. I may not have a lot to give, but what I've got I'll give to you. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so. You can't buy me love. No, 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 no. You don't need no diamond rings, and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things that money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money, money can't buy me love. All I've got to give if you say you love me too. I may not have a lot to give, but what I got I'll give to you. I don't care too much for money, 'cause money said I need those diamond rings and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things that money just can't buy. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, 'cause money can't buy me love. And with a love like that, you know you should be glad. Ooh, with a love like that, you should be glad. With a love like that, you know you should be glad. With a love like that, you know you should be glad. With a love like that, you know you should be glad. With a love like that, you know you should.
That, of course, was only one of so many memorable hits given to us by the incomparable group known as the Beatles. Moving on with tonight's theme, Groups to Remember Part 1. This next American Philadelphia soul group that achieved their greatest chart success in the 1970s was formed in 1968 with a lineup of singers such as Russell Tompkins Jr., Herb Murrell, Arian Love, James Smith, and James Dunn. All of their U.S. hits were ballads characterized by the falsetto of Russell Tompkins Jr. and the production of Tom Bell. By now, I'm sure most of you know I'm speaking about none other than the Stylistics. During the early 1970s, this group had 12 consecutive R&B top 10 hits, including Stop, Look, Listen, You Are Everything, Betcha by Golly Wow, I'm Stone in Love with You, Break Up to Make Up, and the one I'm about to sing for you right now. You Make Me Feel Brand New.
I'll never find the words, my love, to tell you how I feel, my love. Mere words could not explain. Precious love, you held my life within your hands, created everything I am, taught me how to live again. Only you cared when I needed a friend, believed in me through thick and thin. This song is for you, filled with gratitude and love. God bless you. You make me feel brand new. For God blessed me with you. You make me feel brand new. I sing this song 'cause you make me feel brand new. My love, whenever I was insecure, you built me up and made me sure. You gave my pride back to me. Precious day, with you I'll always have a friend. You're someone who I can depend, to walk a path that sometimes bends. Without you, life has no meaning or rhyme, like notes to a song out of time. How can I repay you for having faith in me? God bless you. You make me feel bright. song for you, 'cause you make me feel brand new. I sing this song for you.
Nothing quite compared to the unique and extremely identifiable sound given to us by the Stylistics. So a big shout out to that group for their remarkable contribution to the world of music. Moving on, this next Akron, Ohio-based American R&B group, also from the 1960s, was composed of Ruby Nash, George Lee, Ronald Mosley, Leroy Fan, and Ed Roberts. The group had several pop and R&B hit records, topping the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart in 1963. Despite their relative obscurity compared to many of their 1960s contemporaries, Ruby and the Romantics reign as one of the most covered and influential R&B vocal groups of the 1960s. They were inducted into the Vocal Group Hall of Fame in 2007 and are winners of the Rhythm and Blues Foundation's prestigious Pioneer Award. In 1963, they were also nominated by the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences for the Best Rock and Roll Recording for the song I'm about to sing for you. Our Day Will Come. Our day will come, and we'll have everything. We'll share the joy. Falling in love can bring. No one can tell me that I'm too young to know. I love you so, and you love me. Our day will come if we just wait a while. No tears for us. Think love and wear a smile. Our dreams have magic because we'll always stay in love this way. Our day will come. Our dreams have magic because we'll always stay in love this way. Our day will come. Our day will come. Yes, you know our day will come. Thank you, Ruby and the Romantics, for that awesome hit for which you will never be forgotten. The next group to remember is an American vocal group formed in 1952. They are one of the most successful vocal groups of the early rock and roll era. Their distinctive sound bridges the pre-rock Tin Pan Alley tradition, and the act has gone through multiple lineups over the years, earning it the branding tag, Many Voices, One Name, with the most successful incarnation comprising lead tenor Tony Williams, David Lynch, Paul Roby, founder and naming member Herb Reed, and Zola Taylor. The group had 40 charting singles on the Billboard Hot 100 between 1955 and 1967, including 4 number-1 hits. In 1990, they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we all know them as the Platters. Please enjoy my slightly different take on one of their major hits, My Prayer.
When the twilight is gone and no songbirds are singing, when the twilight is gone, you come into my heart, and here in my heart you will stay while I pray. My prayer is to linger with you at the end of the day, in a dream that's divine. My prayer is a rapture in blue, with the world far away and your lips close to mine. Tonight, while our hearts are aglow, tell me the words that I'm longing to know. My prayer and the answer you give, may they still be the same for as long as we live, that you'll always be there at the end of my
A great big thank you to the Platters for the many hours of musical pleasure they've bestowed upon us. Meanwhile, this next group is everybody's favorite because they gave us such a string of hits that will remain forever classics throughout the annals of musical history. They were an American girl group formed in Passaic, New Jersey in 1957 that consisted of schoolmates Shirley Owens, later Shirley Alston Reeves, Doris Coley, later Doris Kenner Jackson, Addie Harris, later Addie Harris McFadden, and Beverly Lee. Founded in 1957 for a talent show at their high school, they were signed by Florence Greenberg of Tiara Records. Their first single, I Met Him on a Sunday, was released by Tiara and licensed by Decca Records in 1958. After a brief and unsuccessful period with Decca, they went with Greenberg to her newly formed company, Scepter Records. Working with Luther Dixon, the group rose to fame with Tonight's the Night. After a successful period of collaboration with Dixon and promotion by Scepter, with 7 top 20 hits, the Shirelles left Scepter in 1966. Afterwards, they were unable to maintain their previous popularity. The Shirelles have been described as having a naive schoolgirl sound that contrasted with the sexual themes of many of their songs. However, the one I'm about to sing for you tonight is probably their most memorable success. Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow?
Tonight you're mine completely. You give your love so sweetly. Tonight the light of love is in your eyes. But will you love me tomorrow? Tomorrow. Is this a lasting treasure? Or just a moment's pleasure? Can I believe the magic of your sigh? Will you still love me tomorrow? Tonight, with words unspoken, you say that I'm the only one. But will my heart be broken? When the night meets the morning sun. I'd like to know if your love is love I can be sure of. So tell me now, and I won't ask again. Will you still love me tomorrow? Tomorrow. 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 Will you still love me tomorrow?
We owe so much to that wonderful group for the many years of entertainment they brought to the table. So thank you, Lady Shirelles, and always know that your music will never be forgotten. For those of you who may have just tuned in, you're listening to Ed Rambeau, and this is My Little Corner of the World on MemoryLaneOldies.com. Tonight's theme, Groups to Remember, Part 1. But you all know what time it is. Yes, my friends, allow me to introduce America's favorite pussycat, Talking Tom. How's it going tonight, Tom?
Well, I'm a little down in the dumps.
Why? What happened?
It's just that last weekend I went to the racetrack because all week long Angelina kept dreaming about the number 5. So she asked me to take her to the track and open the program to the 5th page, then look for the 5th horse, and lo and behold, what do you think his name was?
I don't know. Tell us.
5. His name was actually 5. So Angelina made me bet everything we had on him.
And how did he do?
He came in 5th.
Oh, Tom, I'm so sorry.
And in addition to that, I've been having a lot of trouble with my car.
Oh? What's wrong with it?
Well, let's put it this way. Angelina and Sheldon are getting a little tired of pushing. The only thing good about my car is that I always know where to find it.
And where is that?
At the auto shop on a lift. It's the only car that has more miles on it vertically than horizontally. But you gotta watch these mechanics, you know? I took my car in for a minor repair and he gave me an estimate for $100. Then he charged me $200. I said, what about the estimate for $100? He said, oh yeah, that makes $300.
Well, that wasn't very nice, but at least your car problem isn't Angelina's fault. Speaking of your wife, when was the last time you put your arms around her, Tom?
A couple of weeks ago when she was choking on a mouse.
Oh, you mean you gave her the Heimlich?
Yeah, I was drunk. I didn't know what the hell I was thinking.
Oh, come on. Deep down inside, I have a feeling you're a real softy and a hopeless romantic, right?
Oh, indeed I am.
Well, in that case, when you think of Angelina, what song comes to mind?
Run to him.
Oh, say goodnight, Tom.
Okay, but
I know. One quick question. Spit it out.
I've always wanted to ask you this, Eduardo. Is there any song you ever had a hard time singing?
No, not really.
Well, you could have fooled me.
Tom?
One last question. Do you have a fan club?
Yes, Tom, I do.
Well, good for you. What's her name?
Just say goodnight.
Good night, everybody. See you in 2 weeks. In the meantime, my catnip awaits, and so do my earplugs.
Just get out of here, you little monster. Jeez. And there you have it, my friends. Another exhausting 2 minutes with America's favorite pussycat, Talking Tom. Before returning now to tonight's theme, Groups to Remember Part 1, allow me to remind you that Part 2 of Groups to Remember will air 2 weeks from tonight, followed by Part 3 2 weeks thereafter, which will bring us to my 300th show 2 weeks after that. That's right, folks. I'm approaching my 300th show. And the way I plan to celebrate it is by playing you an entire evening of my personal favorite songs that I've recorded throughout the years. Every artist, I suppose, has their personal favorites, and you'll be hearing a few of mine on my 300 show, scheduled to air on May 11th. One you surely don't want to miss, because if you do, I'll miss you. That said, let's move on to an extremely iconic group that I once had the pleasure of working with in Cleveland, Ohio. I can remember the exact moment I heard the Beach Boys would be on the same bill, because I was immediately thrown into a state of complete awe. Sadly, I never recorded one of their songs. However, because I felt they should be honored tonight, I decided to record one last week for this evening's show. I hope you like it, because it's a brand new take on one of their finest classics ever, entitled God Only Knows. I may not always love you, but as long as there are stars above you, you'll never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. And if you should ever leave me, the world would still go on, believe me. And the world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be
without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. And if you should ever leave me, though life would still go on, believe me, and the world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. God what I'd be without you.
That was my brand new recording to honor the Beach Boys, a legendary group who will remain so along with their unforgettable music. So thank you guys for bestowing your amazing talent upon us while securing yourselves a spot in musical history that will long be remembered. Moving on, when it comes to boy bands, this next group are an American vocal group consisting of Nick Carter, Howie Dorough, A.J. McLean, and cousins Brian Luttrell and Kevin Richardson. They were formed in 1993 in Orlando, Florida. Known as the Backstreet Boys, they have sold over 100 million records worldwide, making them the best-selling boy band of all time. They are the first group since Led Zeppelin to have their first 10 albums reach the top 10 on the Billboard 200 and the only boy band to do so. The group received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on April 22, 2013. They also released their first documentary movie titled Backstreet Boys, Show 'Em What You're Made Of, in January 2015. And in March 2017, the group began a residency in Las Vegas that lasted 2 years, titled Backstreet Boys, Larger Than Life. To honor them this evening, you're going to hear 2 of their songs back to back. The first one, As Long As You Love Me, I just recorded a few days ago, which will be followed by a recording I did of Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely a few years after the release of that song back in 1999. Who could ever forget the tight melodic harmonies sent to our ears by the Backstreet Boys?
As long as you love me, although loneliness has always been a friend of mine, I'm leaving my life in your hands. People say I'm crazy and that I am blind, risking it all in a glance. And how you got me blind is still a mystery. I can't get you out of my head. I don't care what is written in your history, as long as you're here with me. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you something that you have said and done feels like it's deep within me. Doesn't really matter if you're on the run. It seems like we're meant to be. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, don't care where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Yeah. As long as you love me. I tried to hide it so that no one knows, but I guess it shows when you look into my eyes. What you did and where you're coming from, I don't really care. As long as you love me, baby. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, don't care where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. I don't care who you are, don't care where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. I don't care who you are, don't care where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me.
Show me the meaning of being lonely.
So many words for the broken heart. It's hard to see in a crimson love, so hard to breathe. Walk with me and maybe nights of light so soon become wild and free. I can feel the sun. Your every wish will be done. They tell me, show me the meaning of being lonely. Is this the feeling I need to walk with? Tell me why I can't be there where you are. There's something missing in my heart. Life goes on as it never ends. Eyes of stone observe the trends. They never say forever gazing for me. Guilty roads to an endless love. There's no control. Are you with me now? Your every wish will be done. They tell me, show me the meaning of being lonely. Is this the feeling I need to walk with? Tell me why I can't be there where you are. There's something missing in my heart. There's nowhere to run. I have no place to go. Surrender my heart, body and soul.
How can it be you're asking me to feel the things you never show?
You are missing in my
feeling I need to walk with. Tell me why I can't be there where you are. There's something missing in my heart. Show me the meaning of being lonely. Is this the feeling I need to walk with? Tell me why I can't be there when you are. There's something missing in my heart.
The Backstreet Boys deserve a huge round of applause for their enormous contribution to the wonderful world of music. And so does our next group. I mean, talk about legendary. So much so that their life story was recently celebrated on Broadway with a show entitled Ain't Too Proud. Yes, it's the Temptations, an American vocal group from Detroit, Michigan, who released a series of successful singles and albums with Motown Records during the 1960s and 1970s. The group's work with producer Norman Whitfield, beginning with the top 10 hit single Cloud 9 in October 1968, pioneered psychedelic soul and was significant in the evolution of R&B and soul music. The band members are known for their choreography, distinct harmonies, and dress style. Having sold tens of millions of albums, the Temptations are among the most successful groups in popular music. The musical arrangement of the song I'm about to sing, in my opinion, happens to be one of the greatest orchestrations of all time and is the original recording, which includes all the original Temptations backup vocals with the exception of the lead singer, which will be yours truly. Hope you enjoy my version of Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
It was the 3rd of September. That day I'll always remember. Yes, I will. 'Cause that was the day that my daddy died. I never got a chance to see him. Never heard nothing but bad things about him. Mama, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth. Mama just hung her head and said, son, Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all he left us was alone. Papa was a rolling stone, my son, yeah. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all he left us was alone. Well, well. that Papa never worked a day in his life.
And Mama, some bad talk went around town saying that Papa had 3 outside children and another wife. And that ain't right.
Heard some talk about Papa doing some storefront preaching, talking about saving souls and all the time leeching.
Dealing in that and stealing in the name of the Lord.
Mama just hung her head and said, Papa was a rolling stone, my son. Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
And when he died,
all he left us was alone. Hey, Papa was a rolling stone. That vomit, wherever he laid his hat was his home.
and when he died,
All he left us was alone.
Hey mama, I heard Papa call himself a jack of all trades. Tell me, is that what sent Papa to an early grave? Folks say Papa would beg, borrow, steal to pay his bills.
Hey, Mama, folks say Papa never was much on thinking. Spent most of his time chasing women and drinking.
Mama, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth.
Mama looked up with a tear in her eye and said, son,
Papa was a rolling stone.
Well, 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 well.
wherever he laid his hat was his home.
And when he died,
All he left us was alone, 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 alone. Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
and when he died,
All he left us was alone. I said, Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home.
and when he died,
All he left us was alone. My daddy was, yes he was. Hey,
Well, my friends, it's time to say goodnight. But I'll be looking forward to seeing you all back here 2 weeks from tonight for part 2 of Groups to Remember. But for now, with nothing but love in my heart, from my little corner of the world to yours, here's wishing you an amazing night, along with a fabulous weekend as I return you back to our dear friend Ron Baker and Ron's Record Shop. Good night with buckets of love, everyone.